Tennessee Titans wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins looked like he was back, and the Titans lost to the Green Bay Packers. I'm going to show you what I saw on tape in today's film breakdown from Tic Tac Titans. Titans fans, welcome to another film breakdown from Tic Tac Titans, your home for Tennessee Titans X's and O's. I am your host, Tyler Rowland, 25 years as a Tennessee Titans fanatic. I've covered the team for USA Today, Sports Illustrated, and hosted the #1 Tennessee Titans podcast, Locked On Titans, for 6 seasons. On today's film breakdown, we're going to look at all 6 catches from DeAndre Hopkins, who had a slow start to the season coming back from a knee injury, but looked like his old self in week 3 against the Packers. I'm going to show you what I saw on tape before we get into it. Do want to remind you to get subscribed, stay subscribed for year-round free Tennessee Titans content. Throw a thumbs up on the video, throw a Titan up down in the chat. And with that being said, as we always do, let's step into the film room. First catch of the game from DeAndre Hopkins. It's just quick game, and this is the stuff that the Titans need to do a little bit more of, but just a nice quick curl to DeAndre Hopkins. Let's take a look at it from the snap here. So look at the Packers cornerback here. It's going to be pressed up on him, but you're going to see him bail right before the snap. He goes back just a little bit, and Levis takes a peek. If you notice, Levis takes a peek there. Boom, quick peek. Okay, seeing him bail out. And what Hopkins is going to do is he's just going to run a quick curl route. Just right there. And again, I know that Will Levis threw a pick 6 on something like this, very similar to DeAndre Hopkins. But at the same time, these little quick, short passes are exactly what the Titans need to be able to do to stay efficient on early downs, first and second down. Like, this is exactly what the Titans need to execute more of. And obviously, Will Levis, makes the big mistake on it. But you would hope that going forward throughout the season, that's less of an issue, and we see that less because these quick little passes are exactly what we've been asking for from the Titans offense for years. Again, catch number 2, we get more Brian Callahan quick game. This is exactly what I wanted to see from the Tennessee Titans offense throughout the last few years when they were having trouble on early downs, having any efficiency. Instead of running these run plays over and over and run, pass, let's throw in some of this quick time stuff. Obviously, the offensive line has to hold up just a little bit for this to work, but this is the kind of stuff that the Titans have to be more successful with. We're going to see DeAndre Hopkins at the top of the screen right here, and he's just going to run the quick out. And let me tell you why I like this so much. So number 1, what I want to point out to you is the condensed formation. So everybody is within the numbers for the Titans. That's obviously going to create more space on the outside. But what teams like to do is play cover 3 on early downs. When you play cover 3, you can have a safety up in the box, and you still have your deep third, deep middle, deep third. So playing cover 3 allows you naturally to bring one of your safeties down in the box to be ready against the run. All right. Well, in a cover 3 defense, if the outside responsibility guy, the cornerback in this situation, also has deep responsibilities, well, they can't press up too far to the line of scrimmage because they have deep responsibility. So in that scenario, you've basically created a one-on-one matchup on the outside. So having a guy like DeAndre Hopkins or having a guy like Calvin Ridley be able to hit just a quick out route, and for Will Levis to just catch and throw, it relieves pressure on the offensive line because it's a quick pass and you don't have to wait too long. You don't have to hold up in protection too long. And again, early down efficiency. These are simple plays that give you good 5, 6, 7-yard gains on first and second down. And then you're obviously going to have third and manageable. And if you get a broken tackle, well, now you can create a big play because you have a lot of room outside and it's a one-on-one situation. Now, on the third catch here, it's something a little bit different. So instead of just quick game, throwing the ball right immediately, this is play action pass work. And this is what Will Levis does very, very well. But this is actually a concept that we've seen from the Titans quite a bit over the last few years, especially when they were super play action heavy with Ryan Tannehill. And it actually is a very similar route concept to Tannehill's first interception against the Bengals when he tried to drive the curl home to Julio Jones. This is basically what they're looking to do here. So it's a quick sit-down route by DeAndre Hopkins over the middle of the field off of play action. Good job by Will Levis to hammer that home, and Will Levis's arm strength and velocity on his throws allows him to be pretty good with that. So the Packers are going to be in a cover 4 defense here. So cover 4 defense is a quarters coverage. Imagine splitting the football field into 4 different parts. So you have quarter coverage right here, quarter coverage from this safety, quarter coverage from this safety, quarter coverage right here. Now you're going to have Calvin Ridley, who is going to be the deep guy. His whole job here is to threaten these defensive backs deep so that it pushes them back down the field. So Ridley is going to run like a long, deep out route is what it looks like, but that is going to push this cornerback and this safety back, okay? And then DeAndre Hopkins is going to come over the middle of the field and sit down right here. So Ridley clears out the space on the back end, and then the play action fake to Tony Pollard clears out the space on the front, because what you're going to see is when the play action fake happens to Tony Pollard, it's going to take the 3 underneath defenders. Remember, it's quarters coverage. So deep, 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 and then you have your 3 guys over the middle of the field. So if you can hold these 3 defenders over the middle of the field and draw them up, well, Calvin Ridley takes care of the deep guys on that side of the field. The play action fake keeps these guys inside, and that's going to open up a huge opportunity right here, which is exactly where DeAndre Hopkins ends up going. So like the concept here, Levis needs to make sure that he's quick on these. On this one, it's a little delayed. I would like to see this ball be out quicker because the linebackers almost get back to stop this play. Like, boom, throw this with anticipation. You know where he's sitting down. This ball should be going out right now. But Levis has to look at it just a little bit longer. See the little baby steps that he does right there? Just the little heel click. One, his base is way too tight right there. Your base should never be that tight. You're like clicking your heels together like it's Wizard of Oz. You don't need to do that, okay? And this delay eventually could turn into an interception because either the second level defenders are going to be able to get back there, or this safety on the backside is going to come up and notice it. So Levis takes a little bit longer than I would like right here, but ends up driving it home anyway for a completion. This is DeAndre Hopkins' 4th catch of the game, and it's the touchdown catch. And I don't really have a lot of schematic stuff to break down for you here. This is man coverage, one-on-one. And if you're Will Levis and you're struggling and the offense hasn't been doing well, if I have DeAndre Hopkins, who has made an entire career out of winning one-on-one and contested catch situations, well, I have my matchup. And this safety, Xavier McKinney, very good safety, very good player, free agent signing for the Green Bay Packers. He is inside this hash, and I have DeAndre Hopkins outside the numbers. There is no way, if Will Levis throws a good enough ball, that Xavier McKinney can get over here to help. So you have DeAndre Hopkins one-on-one. And if you look at it, Jair Alexander, the Packers all-pro cornerback, is over here. So you have the Packers' second cornerback against DeAndre Hopkins. And again, I don't have a lot of high-level analysis to provide. If I'm Will Levis, I see this pre-snap, I'm going there every time, especially here in the red zone when things get tight. Let's just give DeAndre Hopkins a chance. And that's exactly what he does, and Hopkins makes an incredible play. I mean, he's not open. He's not open. Boom. What a dog, man. What an absolute dog. But that's a Hall of Fame player right there. You know, he's not open. Look at this. This is great coverage by 21. But it's DeAndre Hopkins, and that's why you give him a chance. Just throw it up. Hopkins has won in these situations countless times. He can do it in his sleep. Makes a great catch, and not only that, but keeps his balance, fights through a tackle, and gets into the end zone. Playmaker making a play. DeAndre Hopkins' 5th catch of the day is really good coaching from Brian Callahan, in my opinion. I know some people are giving heat to Callahan. I just don't buy it. Really good design by Brian Callahan here. So we talked about this earlier. It's an early down. the Packers want to have 8 men in the box, or at least have 8 men close to the line of scrimmage, so they're going to run a cover 3. You're going to have deep third here. Xavier McKinney is your deep middle guy, and then Jair Alexander is your deep third here. Well, here's the thing. If you can run the deep third deep, that's going to leave a ton of open space right here, and we're going to see that play out. So what's going to happen is Calvin Ridley is going to run a deep clear route with his speed. Excellent idea. He's going to run the vertical route right here, and then DeAndre Hopkins is going to run a corner route right here, okay? And the whole idea is to clear out this cornerback, and then you want to get behind this. So let me look at it from this perspective. So if you have deep third right here, you're going to have a curl flat defender right here. And his whole goal is, hey, I'm reading anything underneath right here, and if I don't see anything there, I'm getting back for anything deep. But it's going to be tough if Hopkins gets past this guy for him to run with Hopkins on this corner route, and he's just not there. He's not able to do it. So this is a great job by Brian Callahan understanding what the Packers like to run. See, look, right now, Calvin Ridley clears the corner. This man for the Packers stays right here, reading this flat route coming out from the running back off play action, and that is going to leave wide open DeAndre Hopkins on the corner. Excellent concept. Excellent scouting from Brian Callahan to call this play, and it's a big-time completion for DeAndre Hopkins. Great throw by Levis as well. DeAndre Hopkins' 6th catch of the day is just a classic play-action route concept bent on its head. So Arthur Smith started doing this late in his tenure with the Titans because, I'll show you why, this was a classic Titans staple with A.J. Brown and Corey Davis. So what's going to happen is you're going to see a play-action fake here to Tony Pollard, okay? And a classic concept is the post crosser. So you have your post right here, and then you have your crosser right here. Classic play-action concept. Like you see every team running this right here. Very, very classic concept. And it works perfect because, once again, Brian Callahan is attacking the early down cover 3 coverage of the Green Bay Packers. So you're going to have deep third, deep middle, deep third. And like I explained earlier to you guys, when you have cover 3 and you have deep third, that essentially becomes a one-on-one matchup on the outside between these two players. All right, so if I have that, and I know that this defender right here is the outside most guy, well, what the Titans can do is they can take that post crosser, okay, and they can bend it, all right? They can adjust. So now you have post, but what Hopkins is going to do is he's going to start the crosser, but then, boom, cut to the outside. So we started seeing the Titans do this quite a bit. The last year of Arthur Smith, the first year of Todd Downing, really good adjustment because teams start to see you and they see you run that post crosser concept. And this cornerback, knowing that, starts to bite inside, be ready to come inside, thinking that the crosser's coming inside. Okay? So you can adjust things and make it work. So watch Hopkins here. Start the crosser, looks inside, which makes the corner think, okay, inside. He's coming inside. But then the bend back out. Boom. Look at that step. And look at the cornerback who's thinking this is crosser. And whether it's man or it's cover 3, this is cover 3. But even if it were cover 1 man right here, this is going to get this cornerback every single time because he's expecting the crossing route inside. And Hopkins bends this thing back outside with an excellent route. Look how he breaks it off. Snap. Different route tempos right there, okay? Different speed in your routes. He's not going 100% right here at the beginning of this route, but snap, now I am. Good throw, sort of. Gets to Hopkins, completion. Titans fans, I hope you guys enjoyed that film breakdown on DeAndre Hopkins' performance in Week 3. Obviously, the Titans have not gotten off to the start that they want, but with DeAndre Hopkins looking like his old self once again, pairing that with Calvin Ridley and Tyler Boyd, hopefully this Tennessee Titans offense will take the steps that we all hope they will here very soon, maybe starting against the Miami Dolphins on Monday Night Football. But with that being said, make sure that you throw a thumbs up on the video, throw a tighten up down in the chat, get subscribed, stay subscribed. I am your host, Tyler Rowland, and as I always tell you, tighten up.